with meteorologist Tara Lane here, tracking even some more hotter temperatures tomorrow.
Yes, I know it's not going to change anytime soon. This heat and humidity is here to stay until perhaps this time next week. We could be talking about some lower humidity and some overall drier conditions. So we'll look forward to that. Those of you that aren't a fan of the 100 plus feels like temperatures.
Cooler, go out on the lake if you can.
Exactly, I know. Some of you getting some of the cooling showers and storms out there and have been today. The rain was a little heavier earlier and some of those stronger storms dotting more of the map. Right now, it's actually mostly dry, and we're looking at that picture there. Still some lingering sunshine, of course, mixing in with the clouds as we look live for over the part of the Lake Norman area Freedom Boat Club up there in Cornelius, northern Mecklenburg County. Good evening to you all here at 6:48. But we look back at radar, and there's just not much to show you out there. Again, it's dry over the lake, and most of the area lakes really all the way down to Lake Wiley Way. We're looking pretty good and good shape up toward the mountains right now. We have plentiful storms, though, up to the north and across the state line, heading north of, say, Tennessee and up into southern parts of Virginia and up into West Virginia. But the only rain showing up toward our higher elevations, more so the foothills right now, is that little bit of light rain in between Lenoir and Wilkesboro right now. A couple of light spotty showers around Highway 70, around, say, the Catawba and western Iredell County area. A little bit of that rain could head on in toward Statesville. Most of Mecklenburg County nice and dry. Again, there's just not much to show at this point in time, which is good because we have been looking at that elevated flash flood risk with some of those downpours training or moving over some of the same areas over and over again, in particular near the I-40 corridor where you see this yellow and up toward the mountains. And that flash flood risk will continue still for a little bit longer, where we see some additional downpours trying to break out or maybe an isolated stronger storm. So watching for that, and that's why the flood watch has been in effect and will continue through about midnight for you all in Watauga and up into Ashe County. Otherwise, it's still hot outside up there in the Queen City. 93 degrees southwest wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Just a light breeze helping to make it feel a little more comfortable from time to time, but a lot of rain cooled spots. Statesville is now down to 80 in the wake of some of that heavier rain from earlier. 90 still at Cheraw. We've got the low and mid 70s up in the higher elevations, and even still, once you factor in the humidity in the 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock hour, and this is in the shade. Once you step outside in the sun, you can add about 10 to 15 degrees to these numbers, but it feels like 102 in Concord. Monroe feels like 103 still on down toward the Cheraw area, Chesterfield County. It's going to be a scorcher as we head into the weekend. Look at these top temperatures, mid, a few spots in the upper 90s. It'll be warm and steamy the next few mornings, with those lows only falling into the low, mid, even some upper 70s. And again, watching for some of those late day storms. And before we get any sort of cooling rain, those heat indices, those feels like temperatures tomorrow afternoon up above 100, especially across the Piedmont, south and east of Charlotte. More of the same after we cool off a little bit at night. More of the same can be expected for Saturday and Sunday. Those feels like temperatures up to, say, 104, maybe close to 105 in a few areas. Futurecast shows through midnight tonight. Still the possibility of a couple of isolated showers, maybe a stray storm, especially up in the mountains to start the day tomorrow. Storms start to blossom, just hit or miss type activity through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then we're back to some dry time early on Saturday morning to kick off the weekend. More scattered storms coming up for Saturday afternoon and again on Sunday. More of the same for you all in the mountains too, watching for some of those storms. Keep that in mind for any outdoor activities you may have planned. Most days, those top temperatures hover around 80 degrees. Quick check of the tropics. There is that system that we were watching. Now that this area of low pressure is moving a little more overland, still bringing some heavy rain to parts of the Gulf Coast, it really doesn't have much of a chance to develop, only looking at a minor 10% chance of development with that system. So likely not becoming our next classified tropical system. But 7-day forecast shows plenty of heat to come right through early next week, and then some signs of the not only slightly cooler temperatures, but lower humidity starting next Tuesday.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.